Hey folks, if you're watching this video, firstly, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna put this little intro on the beginning of a handful of these early drafts. I'm Johnny Phoenix. I'm just like a person who likes to play Magic. I'm out here watching all these videos, your LSVs, your Reeds, your Paul Cheons, and I love those videos. Reed Duke's my favorite player to watch. But sometimes when they keep trophying over and over and winning, it gets hard for me. I don't know if anyone else feels that, but I feel kind of like shit. And I just wish there was someone out there just playing Magic, grinding, and losing like me. So I'm going to put out some videos here. Hopefully they're a little more beginner friendly. There's not as much pressure. We're going to talk through things, take it pretty slow. And if that's your kind of thing, hopefully you can learn something. I'm going to be here learning with you. I don't have the technical skills of LSV. I don't have the stoicism of Reed to never get tilted. I don't have the draft expertise of years and years of draft content like Kenji or whatever. I'm just a guy playing some Magic because it's what I like to do, and I'm here learning with you. So we're going to jump into some Foundations drafts, and hopefully you enjoy. All right, folks, we're back with another Foundations draft. It's definitely, we were out to a super hot start. We've definitely been pretty up and down since then. Coming off a decent aggro draft, red-white, couple reinforcements, couple heroic reinforcements. Otherwise, not a ton of power to speak of, but we did well enough. We'll see what we can get going this time. Hopefully some good rares, some actual power. I'm really struggling with the low power level of the cheap cards in this set. There's just not a lot of cheap cards I'm really excited to put in my deck. There's just so many Courageous Goblins and Dwinen's Elites and, I don't know, Elementalist Adepts, Hungry Ghouls. Hungry Ghoul might be the best one of the bunch, but it's just tough. If a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals double that damage instead, and it's a big old flying dragon. Last draft, we passed literally 4 Burst Lightnings. I did, honestly and truly, have a reason to pass one each and every time. Something like this. Go back and watch that video if you don't believe me. But we're starting off with the same thing. Cathar Commandos, just, they're not doing it for me. The cheap cards. Burst Lightning, good ass cheap card. But we're going to try the big old flying dragon that just wins the game if they don't deal with it. We do have to be red to play the big old flying dragon. Oh, what am I doing here? I'd like to have both Vampire Gourmand and Burglar Rat together. I kind of want to be a little more aggro slanted if I'm playing Twin Flame. I'm not taking Axguard Cavalry, so we're going off color here. We could be like blue-red spells. Source you control would deal damage. Yeah, that Burst Lightning. We could hit him for 8 with a Burst Lightning. Which dream do we want to try to live? I have not drafted red-black yet. And usually red-black tends to be a little more aggro-centric. There's raid going on. Gourmand just gets in for 4 unblockable damage with Twin Flame. You can close the game out that way. Slagstorm is, you know, Wraths are unique and powerful effects. I just think I'm going to have a lot of creatures in play. That's where I want to be. Reassembling Skeleton is just the grindiest grind 'em up combo with Vampire Gourmand. But I'm just going to take Bake, I think. Bake is just so good. Just kill a thing. Any old thing. Brass's Bounty, I hate you so much. Yeah, this pack just kind of stinks. I'm kind of looking at taking a Prideful Parent here. If somehow the red just doesn't turn out, Prideful Parent's good with Gourmand. Makes the 1/1 that you can just eat right away. And then if somehow weirdly the black doesn't work out, Prideful Parent, you know, we can get in the red-white aggro game. There's like a Refute. But that doesn't really... Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. It's just not what I wanted to see there. I can go Strongbox Raider. I just want the cheap cards. I kind of just want the cheap cards. And if I have like Gourmand plus Hungry Ghoul, then I know I can get into the like Threaten, Involuntary Employment. I just feel like I'm going to get a shot at a Hungry Ghoul if I want it. I'm also just setting my mana up so bad right here. Double red, double black. I just feel like this card's very good. Just get the card advantage. Okay, here's the Involuntary Employment. We did just pass on the Hungry Ghoul. Heartfire Eliminator just feels so good to me. Like, I was just whining about how the 2-drops are bad, and this one is not. This one is actually good. It's a removal spell on a stick. It's a like decent attacker because you can threaten prowess. And I'm also assuming I'm going to get a couple shots at Involuntary Employments later on. Exhibit A. How bad do I want to mess up my mana? I'm not like that super aggro that I think I want to Brazen Scourge. I'm tempted to just take the Evolving Wilds given what I've got. Pilfer. I usually just don't want to be pilfering. What is this? When this creature enters, if it was kicked, creatures you control, Goblin Bushwhacker. Holy moly. I've drafted this, I don't know, this is my 12th draft. And I don't feel like I've seen barely any of these like special sheet cards. I'm not that aggro, I don't think. I don't really know what I'm doing yet. Oh, boy. I don't want to play any of these cards. None of them match what I'm doing. We may not be in the open seat here. We may have just biffed the whole thing. Take a medium removal spell. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. The good cards here. There's a Joust Through. There's a Spectral Sailor. Are we? Are we that aggro? Am I just like mono red? Should I have taken the Bushwhacker? Mono red Twin Flame Tyrant? Do I take the mediocre 2-drop or another 5? Or an actual good card? I'm going to take an actual good card. Again, I'm assuming I'll see another Courageous Goblin if that's what I want. A Rogue's Passage. Okay, yeah. This is just a bit of a mess already, I feel like. This does not go face, right? No. It does go big on, you know, Niv Mizzet Visionary. You have whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, you draw that many cards. So this is a 5/5 flyer for 6. I've already passed a Burst Lightning. Keep taking actual good cards. My mana's just never going to work, though. A mono red with 2 double black cards and or a Spectral Sailor. Not and, or a Spectral Sailor. Gourmand just doesn't appear to be getting there. Yeah, I just always end up with stacks and stacks of expensive cards. And then I look at my like 2s and, you know, 3s or whatever, and it's just such slim pickings. Sylvan Scavenging. Had a really fun Sylvan Scavenging deck not long ago. We could actually get this employment back, although we're not actually that good at sacrificing anything at this point. We just have Gourmand. I'm looking at like Resolute Reinforcements here. And then maybe like the Goblin Surprise comes back and we just go red, white, aggro. I just want the good cheap card. I'm not taking a Pilfer. I have all the Sowers of Chaos. There's so much damn chaos around here. I can't stand it anymore. Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample. Is that better than just like a Helpful Hunter? I honestly have no idea. I don't have any way to pump it except Twin Flame Tyrant. I don't have anything to do with the Hunter either. Now we're really lost. I don't really want to play any of these Sowers. A Squad Rallier, an Armasaur Guide, Goblin Borders. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-mana creatures that could attack already. Oh, Goblin Borders just stinks. The red commons are just not good. Take a 3-drop. The red commons are just not good. Take a 3-drop. I can take a Fleeting Flight, or I can just pocket a Progenitus. What are the chances that I play a Fleeting Flight? It gains flying, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to it. It doesn't give it hexproof or... You gotta do what you gotta do, right? This thing goes face for 4 with Twin Flame. Do I want a Sure Strike with Swiftblade Indicator? Swiftblade Vindicator? Sure Strike plus Heartfire Immolator? Do I need this Windscarred Crag? I like really, really do. Okay, I got a Squad Rallier. I do like to have one of those. I don't know. If we can just like assemble Swiftblade Vindicator plus Twin Flame Tyrant plus Sure Strike. Okay, a good rare in our colors. Protect our Tyrant. Make our Vindicator fly and give it some power. I don't know if Doubling Season... Create 1 or more tokens. Creates twice that many. I mean, that stuff's powerful. The counters really aren't that great in this set. But we're going to take a Celestial Armor. Another powerful 2-drop for my aggro deck. A lot tougher to make this one work. Let's just we're playing creatures. It's possible that I should have taken a Luminous Rebuke there. I'm not really sure. Just mess up our mana again. I don't really want to play Goblin Borders. I have so many red 2-drops though. Do I just take the Paladin? This thing's just like really good. Well, it's like good with Parent. It's good with Reinforcements. A little tricky stuff with Immolator. Good with Vindicator. "24 cards to our lands." Boy, they were just... is this the third Essence Scatter I've seen go by me? Does this do anything? Reinforcements? Prideful Parent? Obviously just can fizzle a removal spell. Untap your Cerberus the really hard way. I don't love it. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 cheap cards. We have one Cerberus to go with the Courageous Goblin. And a Strongbox Raider. I guess I'll try the Firebrand. Firebrand also is like sort of tricksy with Twin Flame Tyrant. Come on. Why are you doing this to me? I already have 20 creatures stacked up, but I don't really want to play any of these, so I'm at 16. I mean, I'm going to take the Burst Lightning. I'm going to take a rare here. I don't really want Thrill of Possibility in my deck. I just want to play creatures and get them dead. It does mitigate Flood a little bit if you played one, but a pick for like the Reinforcements and the Firebrands and the Prideful Parent and the Goblin Surprise and the Vindicator. Okay, I think I've sold myself on a pick. I don't want to play Pup. Do I need another Sure Strike? I don't think so. I'm just not very good at using the tokens. I guess the second Goblin Surprise makes the 1/1s off the first Goblin Surprise slightly better. And I don't really think I need even the first Axeguard Cavalry. Ooh, that was close. Okay. Well, we have a deck. It does have a couple powerful cards, I think. The number of heroic reinforcements is a lot fewer than I would like. How many creatures did we end up with? 17. Maybe Sure Strike, maybe Incinerating Blast, maybe a Gorehorn Raider. Gorehorn Raider or Armasaur Guide. I guess Armasaur Guide also helps the reinforcements and the Prideful Parent and the Goblin Surprise a little bit. You can put counters on the Swiftblade Vindicator. I think I do want to take out a 5-drop, and I'll leave a removal spell. 15, 16, 17. I'm not as super top heavy as I have been recently. Celestial Armor is pretty mana intensive. That's just kind of like an end game thing anyway. Seven, 8, 9. That's 9 and 9. And I get my... Oh, I can get my Gorehorn Raider back if I want. But I could just play something cheaper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 2-drops. Maybe that makes Goblin Borders a 4/3 for 3 often enough. Oh, Squad Rallier. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 hits for Squad Rallier. So if I have like 6 left in my deck and I have like 30 cards left in my deck, 1 out of every 5, and it looks at 4. I think it's still just better than Pup or Sower. Okay. I really don't have high hopes for this deck. We have just been a little on the aggro train. We left like a couple very good black cards in our sideboard. Is it possible we could have been a 15 land deck? I don't know. We did end up with a lot of 1s and 2s, which I do like. They could have Cathar command. Yeah, I'm going to play Reinforcements. I think I want to like play Reinforcements, play the pick, and attack. And then play the Firebrand. Yeah. Maybe the Goblin Surprises are going to be good? Come on. I hate you, Dazzling Angel. The Angel's just impossible to race. That's pretty clunky turn for us, but I think we just wanted to get rid of the angel. Our previous aggro deck also ran into a number of dazzling angels, which was not fun. We could take 4, go to 11. They play a thing. They have another raid creature. Zombify a dazzling angel, yep. We're frickin' doing our best. It's possible we should pump the brakes, but it's not really what our deck does. We can play Dauntless Veteran plus Cerberus next turn. Sheesh. Treasures just aren't really doing anything for us here. I don't really want to show them that I have nothing. It just doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, we drew, you know, one too many lands. They're digging in their graveyard again, huh? What are you banishing? Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Maybe I find a dragon? I think after this game we're going to push things a little bit and go down to 15. I have like the one squad. God damn. Like, Swiftblade Vindicator. Maybe aggro is just completely not viable. They just put more blockers into play and gain more life. Maybe they're out of creatures. I mean, if they're out of creatures, then what do they have removal? So that doesn't get me anywhere either. Yep. Goblin Borders. I don't know exactly what I'm doing here. I'm just, you know, throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing if any of it sticks. Or what is that? Is that what you say? I'm just pushing buttons. I don't know how we could possibly deal 12 damage before they just deal, you know, 14 damage before they just get us with the angel. We're coming aboard, matey. I just don't I don't really have good attacks. I'm at least not dead to a removal spell here. I'm dead to like a pump spell, although black and white, you know, it could be a fleeting flight or a fake your own death. Okay, now all I have to do is win this turn. You, huh? Does activating Squad Rallier like ever get me to anything? Could I like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? There's no way I could like Squad Rallier into Hunter into Dragon. 7, 8, 9. No. Squad, no. Armasaur doesn't do anything. Immolator. Maybe like Heartfire Immolator gets me somewhere. Okay, well, I know that no cards doesn't get me anywhere. Maybe somehow we get them down to 1 and then we activate Squad Rallier and find a Fanatical Firebrand. I don't know. I guess we can find if the Vindicator hits at all, then we find more stuff. The Vindicator does not hit. The Dazzling Angel, did it even gain them any life? All it did, well, they played one and then it died, and then they played one again and then it died, and then they played another one, right? So I'm sure at some point it gained them some life. Probably not enough to have actually mattered, but bam, bam. Son of Barney, right? Opponent goes first. I have multiple equipment in hand. Well, I have a deck full of 1 and 2 mana plays. We did not go down on land. Ha, joke's on you. Can't Essence Scatter this. Think twice. Elementalist Adept. Okay. I feel like we're 100 miles behind already. Yep, sure. I'm gonna play a creature and have it. I guess I should have just held up Goblin Surprise, make 2 1/1s. How is it that I'm getting beat down in every... I'm supposed to be the aggro deck. And I keep just... getting completely beat down. Oh, I didn't read this card. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. Firebrand just takes out the Mocking Sprite. And then, like, Gorehorn can clean up the Plunderer. Exiled. Okay, so the Vindicator would just stay exiled forever. Vindicator's really good with Goblin Surprise, with Celestial Armor. We'll go on the aggro plan. Six, and then they potentially just take a ridiculous amount of damage back. I mean, we'll see what they play. I'm assuming they have some plan here. Their plan is to play a Light Shell Duo. Okay. Does not give vigilance, does it? Whoa, did I just miss lethal there? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, they were way, yeah, they were way higher than that. Okay. Whew. I could play Rallier, or I could hold up Armor plus Goblin Surprise. I should have moved the Goldvein pick because I'm an idiot. Yeah, that sucks. We're just going to let them take whichever one and then play the other one. Six. Doesn't have trample. Ay, okay. Well, we won a game. I can put a Mischievous Pup in my deck. Is that better than a land? I have 4 5s and a Strongbox Raider and a Squad Railier. But I really just... And I have the Celestial Armor to use the mana as well. But like the pick makes mana. I don't know what to do here. I just really don't... I really don't want to flood or screw. That's what I don't want. Go figure. This seems greedy. Seems exceedingly greedy. I can't let like the confirmation bias like push me though. Like game 1 when we drew a few too many lands, I'm probably letting way too heavily on my decision making. I'm not really sure. It's pretty cool art. I can play a Paladin with any land. I can play Vindicator with a Mountain, and I do have more red sources. I'm on the draw. I just... Three shots at a land. Mountain here would be awesome. I mean... When we miss our land drop here, it's not because, like, the percentages between 16 lands and 15 lands are just not that different. You know? Okay. Yeah, so that happened. We're gonna trust that we're doing the right thing. I have no idea. You know, if we miss our third land drop again, the percentages between 15 and 16 lands are not that different. You know, if you want to criticize me for keeping a 2-lander on the draw, you'll also have to criticize me for keeping this 2-lander on the play. But I have multiple cards that I can cast this time. I have both colors of mana. If I draw the land, then I like play pick, get the prowess trigger, equip the pick, attack for 4, make a treasure, have up burst lightning. The downside is that it gets stabbed. Or that I don't draw the land. Would I fire off a burst lightning to save my immolator? Not sure. Creatures are good with the equipment. Should I ever draw the lands to deploy and use them? 2 mana pass with nothing, 3 mana pass with nothing. Land. I'm getting a little nervous they're going to Blasphemous Edict me. They definitely have stuff to play. It's just a stab. Okay. Well, that makes me less nervous about the Edict. This card's decent. I mean, if it can get in, that card's much better. It's possible I should have waited to see if they like did anything else. Now they just like Giant Growth or Snakeskin Veil or whatever, and then the trigger's on and it doubles, and I'm an idiot. Before I started drafting today, I was thinking about how like I had slowed my play down a bunch, but I still felt like I was playing too fast. And they have a Bushwhack too, huh? And I was going to try to slow it down even more. And I didn't do that. I'm just like pushing buttons like an idiot. They hit me for 8. I hit them for 3. Then I'm dead, and there's nothing I can do about it. They don't have a land, maybe something happens. Yeah, I don't know that I ever could have actually burst lightninged the Mossborn Hydra. Like, it's unlikely they would ever go shields down. But I could have at least tried to give them the chance to make my burst lightning work. Yeah, that was a sick 1-3 right there. No dragons. We actually had like good 2-drops, and we still got destroyed. I didn't play that well. Deck didn't function that well. Had a tough go against some Dazzling Angels. That card's good. It's possible that aggro is not the place to be. Aggro is not a thing I'm super comfortable with, but we've given it a go a few times. Maybe next time we'll be able to try something different. I'm trying to follow the signals in the draft. We had a Celestial Armor, Twin Flame Tyrant. I think is good. I don't know. Swiftblade Vindicator's a cool 2-drop. Well, we just didn't do it. But that's it for this one. If you watched it, thank you, much appreciated. Hit the buttons if you can. I appreciate that as well. Be excellent to each other out there, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.